Hi everyone, my name is Afiq. So I'm the founder of Brandrip. So today we're going to share about how you can create a video with Google Flow. Anyone that actually used Google Flow before, you might actually find like a lot of struggles, especially when it comes to creating your own good and also output. So usually the video that comes out sometimes is not as what we want. So through the lesson or the sharing today, we're gonna go through on how to create your video with Google Flow as simple as possible, but its best result as possible, and hopefully with less use of credits if possible. For your info, if you have like a free account, you could have around 50 of credits, and if you paid like some of the packages, you'll have like 200 and up to 1,000. The maximum one will be 10,000, which is with the Google Ultra package. All right. So the first part that we're gonna do today is we're gonna go walk through of the Google Flow itself. So over here, we're gonna go into this creation that I already created. But yeah, as you can see, this is some of the practices that I prepared before I start to create the video today. So for example, as you can see here, there are some videos you can see, but we're gonna do like two of the options of the videos, which is the first one will be like based on our products. We're gonna show like the gem that you can actually use, which is the gem we're gonna share in our community for free. You can have access to it on the creative direction gem specifically for that. So if you guys don't know what gem is a kind of like a feature in Gemini where you can create a gem which eventually you can use it with a specific task or roles. All right. So as you can see here is this is the Google Flow. So you can see all the medias. You can see all the previous output that you actually created under this project. And on the other hand, also you can have these images, which are the images that you probably already uploaded, whether that's images of the storyboard or the images of the characters or other kind of images or the products, for example. You can see over here is the videos on in this part. You can see the videos, and you can also create the characters. I created like this Betty and also Demi. Both have a different direction. One is a futuristic, and one is the more like current generation, so era. And we also have like multiple scenes that you can create. Um, and also there's an upload. You can upload a lot of other things that you want to upload over here. But most of the time you're not gonna use the others. You're gonna use images, videos, and also the character generations. There are other things or tools that you can use. For example, like this, you can see like what kind of other things you can create on this Google Flow, but often we don't use it now. But you can create your own, or you can use like such tools that are created by other people, for example. All right. So this is a bit about what Google Flow is. You can just go to labs.google /fx. Then you can just start with it, and you can get started right now. Even if you are watching this video, you can also even um, co- follow along and create your own AI video. All right. So now we're gonna go to the gem. So as if any of you guys know what gem is, again, it's a feature where you can actually create specific roles of the AI. For example, like what we created over here, which you guys should have access. If you guys join our community, should guys have access for free of this creative direction. So this creative direction is just how you want to create like specific output of the uh, video itself. For the creative direction, you can create like what kind of videos that you want to create. But you have to give a bit of what kind of videos that you want to create. It can't be like a very like you just say like create me a video. You have to have like some of ideas coming from you, so it could be unique a bit. So over here, let's just create like a simple, I would say, videos. Probably we're gonna start with my character, which I just created. But we will try to create like one of like a human, and then it zoom in into the eyes of the human, and after it zoom in the eyes, then it's gonna show like a black hole, and after the black hole, then it's gonna transition into a white corridor with an unlimited number of doors. So let's just create that. So my creative direction will be a woman, zoom into her eyes and uh, transition into a black hole to a black hole, and later um, um later it's transition into a corridor with an infinite doors. Maybe a white corridor. A woman, and then just put here this will be a 10 seconds video. So it's up to you on, for example, like want to create more direction. For example, like you want the format of the videos to be either horizontal or vertical, or you want it to be like the styling. For example, you want to be like a very dark or very happy, like fun or very comforting or very eerie. So all of these kind of styling you can also add into this video. For this, I want a bit like it should be more cinematic, cinematic, but also uh, dark or dark styling. I'll say. Probably we can try to use that word. So yeah, so I'll just create this. Probably it's gonna create sometimes of course this gem suddenly gonna create like images directly, but often we actually had instructions in the gem to only create like specifically for like the creative direction in text. For example, over here is about to create like the video itself. So I might actually have to stop this, and then yeah, we're gonna cancel the video. So we're gonna use this, and then we're gonna uh, copy this, and then we're gonna go back to the um, creative direction, and then I'm gonna paste it here and only text don't generate video on the creative direction of that video, right? So let's see. Should be fine. I think after we actually specifically actually in the instructions actually already shared, but often sometimes like it's also generate the videos. So the best way is if you just create like the text, not like videos. All right. So this is um the fill. All right. So we have this one. So we have a bit like about this. So it's just a 10 seconds video, so very short. So then we're gonna go to ChatGPT now. So after we go to the ChatGPT, so make sure you use extra high. At times you're gonna find like problems if you use like pro. You won't actually generate an image. So this one we just type in generate this into a storyboard. Often you don't actually make it too complicated on what you want to create, but of course I think you have to read through. As you see over here, this is a dark psychological 10-second visual journey that explores the threshold of human perception. So there's some of the music kind of like instructions, and there's the scene, the gateway, a dramatic macro close up of woman's eye, but a moody, low key lighting that emphasizes the deep shadows of her face, a dark dilated pupil anchor the dead center of the frame, acting as a focal point of absolute blackness, and a stark, perfectly symmetrical white architectural corridor stretching into the distance. So there's a lot of this kind of thing. Probably we're gonna see how it can actually generate it into a storyboard. There might be like mistakes here and there. I think this is often happen, and this is also good for you to actually see what we actually how we solve that problem, for example. So generate this into a storyboard and just take the quick image. So this should be creating like a storyboard after this. I think that should be fine. Okay. Because he already shared like this is a 10-second. Yep. So make sure that, yep. And storyboard with times 10. Sometimes I have to like specifically do this uh 10-second max. All right. So then it's gonna create like this storyboard. So it will be generating. On the other hand, we also have this one gem. So this gem, you can actually create your own kind of character. So I'm gonna create like a character generator. So I probably gonna have like a girl in the future, age 16, age 2022. Walking. No, like she's with the blonde uh, hair, feature instinct outfit fit and he and model fit. So I'll just copy this. Sorry, not this one. Copy this one. You can use for or whatever. Depends on the output though. On the hand, this is still loading. So we're gonna create the character for us to actually use for this one. Of course, I already created some few characters, but maybe we can just also show how you can actually later add up the characters into the Google Flow itself. Right, so this is one is also loading. So yep, so you have this. So you're gonna just copy this. If you're okay with the prompt, so then we just copy this. Probably it's gonna be fine. On the other hand, we're gonna create this one. We're gonna use also extra high, and then we just gonna create an image. So this one is also loading. So is right now we are both doing the storyboard, and also on the other hand we are creating the characters. Right. So yeah. So we'll wait a bit. Okay. So we're gonna wait a bit on this part. So there are two things that's still loading. So give a bit of time for that. All right. So which one gonna settle first? All right. So as you guys can see here, we already have this kind of like this image over here. Quite nice, I would say. Quite as what we want. So there's a gateway where the eyes gonna like camera push towards people, and the deep subbass and tense ambient drone build pressure. So it's gonna get into the eyes, and the pupil wraps into a black hole as forward momentum intensifies and sound drops into silence. Darkness inverts into a burst of white light, and the flash resolves into realistic white corridor blenders. So the audio and mood, deep pulsing sub bass builds into heavy silence at the black hole, then dissolves into a sterile hums of Florence lights. All right. So this is some of the I think the voiceover, the gateway into the void, event horizon, also infinite choices. So we downloaded this image already. So with that, we're gonna go to the we're gonna upload first. I think we wait. So we'll wait for the character first. So I think the characters are also created. So this is the characters. It looks nice. I think it's quite clear, very futuristic. Looks very nice, beautiful. So let's just download this image. Let's see how it converts into the video later, because often this one we also have to actually create the full body. Create the full body for so you're gonna create the full body later. Because in when you're creating the characters in the Google Flow, you have to create the full body. You have to create the snapshots of portfolio kind of look like her face, a bit of the shoulder, or I think that's good until the shoulder part. This is a bit you know, until the chest side. But I think best is if you until the shoulder. It will be nice so that the face will be more zoomed in. But should be AI could or Flow could actually detect that quite wisely. So next we're gonna like wait for this, and then later we're gonna add it into the Google Flow as a character. All right, so as you can see, it took about 1 minute and a half. So you can create like these characters. So it looks very nice. Let's show like how it looks like now. Yeah, quite fine. This is the half body, and then we're gonna see the full body also over here. So this is the full body, quite okay. The details are quite fine, quite detailed. Yeah. So yeah. So let's go to the character. We're gonna store the character in the Google Flow. All right, so we're gonna go to Workflow and we're gonna go to characters, and then we're gonna create a new characters, and then we just click upload on the bottom part, and then after that, then we're gonna go to the character just now. You're gonna put the bit of the like kind of like the headshot. So then you just put over there. Just wait a bit until it uploads. All right, so now it's uploaded. You can set like a voice also. So for example, like when a
Hi there.
specific like house
Hi
voice.
there. We're
So there's
introducing
a
a new
multiple different voice that you can see and you can choose from.
Hi there. We're introducing a new feature where I can read this aloud in a natural.
All right, so as you guys can see here, this uploaded already the characters into the Google Flow. So you can also pick like a voice suitable for it. Yeah, or this is a male voice. There's a female voice. This probably gonna be like a good voice, probably. Yep.
Hi there.
This is also
We're
fine.
introducing
I
a
think this
new.
one is fine. So you can just add this to the characters. Probably you can like have like a sample dialogue of hi there, my name is Trevi probably. Trevi. And I am from the year probably the 100. Very nice. And then describe sound um uh, how to say like medium tone with professional a- um Android like um uh, speech or say something like this. Let's preview first. So you're gonna preview. You can actually like kind of preview the voice also. Let's see whether it's gonna be fine because it's just of course I'm trying to just show like how it looks like on some of the other and other ways that we can try to customize this practice itself by of course adjusting the voice. So let's preview.
Hi there. My name is Trevi, and I am from the year 2200.
Yeah. So this is the voice like a little bit about Android. So probably I don't like it, but idiom tone, idiom pitch, but very, but kinda, uh, I would say, let's say like kind of like high pitch. I think that is medium already. Kind of like the say calming voice. Yeah, maybe something like this. Probably. Let's try one more time, right?
Hi there. Name is Trevi, and I am from the year
Yeah,
2200.
I think it's fine. So we're gonna save the voice. So then this I think the name itself could be better. I think if I could edit it later. I think this one is just fine. So create body. To create the voice, you can actually skip the voice. If you don't want to create the voice, but then later just also create the body. This is better because then you can make sure the consistency and whichever videos that you do later. But one trick also you can actually change the clothing, for example, for different types of videos. Yep. So I'm gonna put the name Trevi. So yep. So the body is here. So we'll just click done, and yep, the characters is created. So this is Trevi, the new character that we just created just now. Right. So now let's go back to the other part, which is you're gonna look into the storyboard. So the storyboard side here we already downloaded it. So we're gonna go and add this into the Google Flow for our creation of the videos. Um all right, so let's click here again. All right, so here if you want to create like a video, it's very simple. So just click plus Actually, just add the I think the storyboard first. Did I downloaded the storyboard? Oh, I haven't downloaded the storyboard. Let me download it first. Here and then sorry, just click download, and it should be there. And you'll just go and drag it, put it into here. All right. So let it load a bit. And then after that, you can actually to create the characters that you want to create the using the characters that you already created. As you can see Betty over here on the right side, you have these videos of her. In two of these videos with different clothing is fine. And for this one, if you want to create the characters, you just put like storyboard to video. Sometimes it's also good for you to actually create like ad seconds, but it's also fine for you to create in 10 seconds. It depends on you. But for this, I think this scenario, I have like a few credits left. I think yeah, 48, so it's not more. Uh, so you're gonna create. You can purchase the of course credits later, but just for the sake of this video, we're just gonna try like 2 videos today. So let's just go here, and then we're gonna add the character first. He's Trevi. So we're gonna add the prompt of the characters, and then later we're gonna add the storyboard. So we'll just put like storyboard to videos. And for this one, we just make sure there's a video and the gradients and the video, whether you want it to be horizontal or vertical. For this case, we're gonna be in horizontal mode, which is 16 by 9. And the videos can be one, and the Omni, we're gonna use Omni Flash, which is around 15 credits for 10 seconds. So then we're just gonna click. Yep, this one gonna be like next year. So this should be it. All right. So on the other hand, let's do other parts. So while we're waiting for that videos to be completed, we're gonna go to the Gemini again, and we're gonna go to gems, and I'm gonna create another storyboard which is focusing on the drinks that I created. So let's just create this creative direction. Actually, we created like this product, which is this product. Actually, if you guys want to have access to this, just let us know. But we actually created like one gem specifically for you to create the multiple angles of a product itself. So this is croquette. Is of course it's imagined kind of drinks for for fun and also for practice. So it's kind of like just a cat and also crocodiles, kind of like kind of like drinks out of made out of the inspiration of both of the animals. So this one I'm gonna be like use this product as the uh, um, commercial as the commercial promotion. Um, I want the character will to promote it at the probably we're gonna use like for example like croquette, probably like at the running booth, running I would say booth on the side of a running track like this probably. The video will be 10 seconds. Only generate text, not video. So yeah, so that's all. So on the other hand, let's check again the flow just now. So the flow, oops, it's went wrong. It charged already to mine. Not sure what happened. Let me refresh this one first. All right, so it doesn't generate it. So we're gonna try again. Not sure what happened just now. It's good also. That's why you guys can see like what are the problems that sometimes happen. So I'm gonna like storyboard to the video. So we have the right image and we have the right characters. So again, we're gonna click next. So it's gonna be generating again. For me, it's gonna be fine. If it has the same problem, probably there's a bit of the issue of the prompt, but I don't think so because the prompt is just very generic. Doesn't actually have like an not suitable for work kind of videos. So yeah, let's see. Right. So on the other hand, let's see again our Gemini. So the Gemini created this creative direction title. So let's just bring it over to our ChatGPT, and we're gonna create a new chat and create this into um create this into. So let's just drag into the image also the product so that it knows what is the product. Um, Create this empty story for 10 seconds video. I think let's put 8. I think 8 is fine. So yep, on the other hand, we're gonna create this as storyboard. Then don't forget we're gonna use this always with the creep image. This one you just put extra high, and then let's just let it be. All right. So then we go back to the other one, which is let's go back to the Google Flow. Again, there's something went wrong. All right, so the video is here. Actually, just to share with you guys, actually we have some struggles or some problems that we find on the other accounts. So I tried to actually on the other accounts like multiple times, but there's errors coming in. I don't think that's because of the storyboard or whatnot, because the storyboard doesn't have like any sensitive things. But then I use other accounts, and as you can see over here, there's a video generated. So let's check. I haven't also seen this video, but let's see together.
Look deeper.
Let's start from the beginning. All right.
Look deeper. Vision Wonderland. Redefining perspective.
Right. So this is like kind of video that you can create with just one prompt, I would say, because you just use a storyboard and it can create just multiple different angles and shots all together with the transition included. So I think this is very easy, a very simple way for you to, of course, create a very wonderful videos. Probably there's more continuation after that. You can actually create multiple different continuation of the storyboard itself, and then later generated through there, which is quite fun and also interesting. And yeah, I think this is a good examples for you to be able to create this. And this is just with one prompt of the storyboard, and also with one prompt of a creative direction. So it means like can use the creative direction gem that we created and later to the storyboard creation. And after that, then it can create a video. On the other hand, let's do other one. So I'll just use my other accounts again, because I'll try again with that. Hopefully it can be done because I created the characters over here already. So let's try to use the characters as it is. But before that, right, so let's see what actually has been created. So this is the videos or the storyboard that actually has been created. So as you can see, this is 2 seconds, and then 2 seconds to 4 seconds and whatnot. Yep. All right, so let's just add this again to the storyboard that sorry, to the Google Flow. So let's go to the Google Flow, and we're gonna add the image of the storyboard over here. I'm gonna use again the same characters, which is I call this one as, if I'm not mistaken, it's called Betty. You can use Betty also for this because I think I already guide you through on how you can create the characters generation. Of course, with our character generator, we also can have that. But if you guys want to have access to the character generator, you can just let us know, and we're probably gonna share that into our community also. All right, so let's see. This one is still, I think, uploading the storyboard to sell. So let's see. So we'll wait a bit. All right. It takes a bit of time. All right, so the storyboard actually has been uploaded. So we're gonna again do the same thing, which is add the prompt, and then later we're gonna add the characters, which is this, for example, like this character Betty. We're gonna add the prompt, and then again simple as storyboard to video. So we're gonna check again this one, all are correct, like 16:9, 1. And then also this one gonna change to 8 seconds because it's this storyboard is for only 8 seconds. So it's fine. So let's just click go. All right. So it's gonna be generating. If this have more problems, we're gonna go to my own personal gem. Sorry. Google Flow. So let's see whether it will be generating as it should. So it's queuing. And then later gonna show like percentage of its image generating. So we'll wait a bit. All right. So we'll wait a bit. All right, so there's one thing that I missed actually. Well, I'll show you guys again later to do that, which is quite interesting also for us to actually test it out. So I think that's fine. The thing that I forgot is actually to change the clothes. So as you can see, the character is actually wearing the clothes that actually has been trained on, because we created the full body and we added into the characters. So of course Google Flow will just use the clothing that actually the characters actually have, and not following the storyboard clothing. So we're gonna change later. Probably gonna try and ask Google Flow to use the clothing in the storyboard instead. So let's see.
Push your limits. Crocat. Unleash the hybrid.
All right. So this is a simple video itself. But let's try one more time. So the way that you're gonna create the clothing is for you to just again click the characters again, but this storyboard to video, and make sure the character Betty wear the clothing or outfit in the storyboard in the of the, maybe make simple, because I don't want to make it too complicated, because sometimes if you do it too complicated too much, it might be like it gonna have like some issues. So let's just make it simple. So hopefully this is correct and it understand it. So storyboard to video, and make sure the characters Betty wear the clothing on a fit in the storyboard instead. Right. So let's say and try to run it again. All right. Hopefully it's gonna be better. I'm gonna follow our instructions clearly. All right, so apparently there's some violation that Google said, like we have some violation of violation, violation over here. But I think let's try on my own account whether it's gonna be the same thing or not. All right, so the video is generated, but unfortunately the clothing is also not changed. It's still with the futuristic clothing. But we're gonna try again one more time later. Actually, it actually has been succeeded in previous prompt. I'm not sure what happened in this part. Probably we have to be more specific on that. But let's see also this video. So for like fun.
Push your limits. Croc. Unleash the hybrid. Unleash the hybrid.
Right? Looks okay, but I think the previous one is better. All right. So with that, let me just try again on the other one. But of course, the videos that actually has been created is fine. It's just we wanna change the clothing. So it says like it still violate the policies. So let me just try again with another prompt. So let me try again here, and then I'm gonna attach this, and then I'm gonna attach also the characters. Again, and then I'm gonna say like follow the storyboard, and um, the character Betty should wear the clothing in the storyboard. Let me add second again. All right, so I'll try again. Hopefully, it's gonna be fine. I don't. I think it shouldn't like be in violation, being a violation, because yeah, it doesn't actually consist of anything sensitive or whatnot. It's just like wearing like a different clothing. Um, yep, and I think the clothing is also quite appropriate, and not too not even sensitive. Yeah. So let's see whether it should be successful this time, because I changed a bit of prompt, and even it's actually created last time. Not sure also what happened. And again, just for you guys to also know, even with the prompt itself, you can actually use your own characters, or you can also not use any characters. Means like the generation of the image, from in the storyboard, you can actually just use it and directly create the video out of it. Means you don't compulsory have to create a specific characters to be used in the storyboard, because you can just use the characters in the storyboard itself. Right, so when should be fine. Let's see whether the clothing are changed. Because now it's 60+%. Hopefully, this one won't be too annoying. Yes. All right. So successfully, we actually created the video with the clothing that we intended to use. So let's see the video together.
Push your limits.
Crocat. Unleash the hybrid.
Something like this, of course, is just very simple. I think the previous video was fine or better. And this one, of course, we just can make it better. But the thing that we want to create over here is to show you that you can, make it wear a different clothing. Yep. All right. So that's all for our sharing on how you can use Google Flow for your own, video creation, for your own business, for your own hobby, or, creating like short films or whatnot. And I think it's very interesting on how actually AI can go in future. I think now the model is very fine, but I think Google Flow is very low. I think low hanging fruit means you can just use it. And it also have like free credits where you can actually try. There are other kind of models that you can use, like Cadence, Kling, or 2.7, or other kind of models outside there. If you guys want to see much more of such content, you guys should subscribe. And also, on the other hand, let me know what kind of content that you guys want to see more in future.